Oh!
That'd be a perfect start.
Oh god, oh god, oh god. Hi, I'm Shaun from Famous Faces.
And he's running in temples, and
oh god, what am I doing?
and apparently not well. And I'm Sebastian from InvestComics.com.
Oh my god!
It's FFFIC. Did it not end well?
They put a gap, an island, a gap, and then the rest of the way. I can't make that jump without being prepared. They need to give you like a little sign saying you're done.
I think they just did that for you. I think they're like, oh, he's filming. Throw everything at him. But yes, this is FFFIC, and
sponsored.
we got a bunch of books to review, and also I wanted to talk to you about. All right, stand up because they put their picture all the way at the bottom of the shirt. All right, see, we got this cool like dwarf hanging around with these little goblins and beer spilling out all over. This is from the Fantasy Brewmasters. Okay, they are at the moment based out of beautiful Florida, where we film. And I don't know if you can zoom in on this. This is cool. This is my little bottle opener. All right, with a big FB, looks like a shield. Oh yeah, the Fantasy Brewmasters. They make, at the moment, they have a dwarven ale. They plan on doing some others, but at the moment they have this dwarven ale. It is so good. We met them at MegaCon. Look for an interview coming up with them on InvestComics.com.
Like 6 beers that night.
Gobble?
Oh, Dylan. That explains so much about that night.
I had 6 the next night, and I think Dylan was on like 42 by that point. But yeah, they are so good, and the moment you can get them, if you're in Florida, ABC Liquors, and I forget the name of some wine place that we don't have around here, but we'll have Jay put a link up to the Fantasy Brewmaster site. You can go, you can tour the Dwarven Brews. It's some really cool stuff, so check them out. All right, let's dive into this gigantic stack of everything.
I want to sit here and yawn a lot out of respect for Sebastian.
And because
I got
working boy, only, yeah, working boy only has time to read 4 books.
Well, there was a lot of stuff this week, just not
Nothing on your agenda.
Yeah.
You can review the first 3 pages of Titans with me.
Okay.
All right, first up from Dynamite, we got Green Hornet #1. What? Again? I know, they like making Green Hornets. Then this time, we got Mark Waid on the helm, and it's not Movieverse Green Hornet, it's
That's a store's awesome ring.
I was gonna say, like, it's original Green Hornet, all right, and it's just so good. I mean, it's Mark Waid, so you know it's going to be great. The art is good. The story is all good. Daniel Indro did the art. Freaking gorgeous. Loved every second of it.
Oh, I want to talk about a book that's not here because we're sold out. East of West.
Jay, do your magic.
Jonathan Hickman wrote it, and he's amazing. Obviously, it's about 60 years in the future, and it has to deal with. You can stop now. The book's gone. Okay.
Jay usually holds it as long as I do. So as long as I keep this up, Jay will do it.
It has to deal with the 4 horsemen and their arrival. I'm sorry. Yeah, 4 horsemen, their arrival. And it's just really, really good. Jonathan Hickman writing a futuristic Western is fantastic. It's sold out, so if you have a shop that has it, you need to go find it or wait for the second printing in like 3 weeks.
I'm going to have to get the second printing.
But it's fantastic. It's my pick of the week.
Ooh, an imaginary pick of the week. Look, we'll put it in here.
I moved it.
All right.
Oh, it's gone now.
All right, from Dynamite we got Red Team #2. I love the first one. This is Garth Ennis and Craig Cermak. This is the continuing story of a group of
Police officers.
yeah, it's a group of top level cops who turn themselves into basically a hit squad because they're fed up with the justice system. And the first one that they did went so well that they've decided, wow, that was so easy, nothing went wrong, we should just keep doing this, and this is them planning out how to go. But it's all told in flashback as each team member is being reviewed in what looks like an interrogation room. So I'm assuming eventually it doesn't go as well as that first one. But it's so good. It's Garth Ennis.
First issue was good, it just wasn't my type of thing.
Alright, what are we looking
There's a lot of these things.
at? Yeah, there's a bunch of Xenoscopes. We'll do like a tomato. I'll say Xenoscope, you say Xenoscope. We figure we'll get it covered either way.
It's called the Z Company.
Best of Xenoscope Special Edition was really good. It collects a couple of the zeros, and you got Grim Fairy Tales #8, which was actually, I think, my favorite story in here. It's what's her name? Selena from the Grimm fairy tale story, giving a guy a second chance by showing him a really dark twist on the Jack and the Beanstalk story. Popular now because the movie's out. Oh, all right, but you watch this and the guy, this Jack. It's really important when you cut down a stalk with a giant on it that you consider your location. That's all I'm going to say for that. The Sinbad story from Sinbad #0 is really good. I have to check out the Sinbad.
I like when companies do
because I
that.
haven't. Return to Wonderland #0 was good. I'm not as big a fan of the Wonderland books, but that one was pretty good. The Neverland book #0 was good, and I like the Neverland series. Particularly, I like the way they handle Captain Hook, or Nathaniel as he is in there. And then it's got a little preview of Unleashed, which is the big crossover event that Xenoscope's getting ready to do, and that was all pretty cool. The Jungle Book, Last of the Species. This is one of those series I really thought I wasn't going to like because I'm an English teacher. You don't mess with the classics. They turned Mowgli into a girl, and I was like, really? I don't know if I can get behind a half-naked, gender-bent 18 to 20-something-year-old Mowgli instead of the little Mowgli that I'm used to. But this series has actually been really good because they've got like they've made an island called Kipling, which is kind of cool, and the different animals that hide all the different tribes in the original Jungle Books are now each represented. They each have a person. They found like 4 orphans. So there's a person that was raised by the tigers, a person that was raised by the wolves, a person that was raised by the Tavi tribe, otherwise the mongooses, and then of course Mowgli. And it's a lot cooler than I thought. This one builds up. I loved the first series. This one builds up to the idea behind it's Last of the Species, and Baloo is the last of the bear tribe. There are no other bears on the island.
Baloo is in it.
He is. He's you got Baloo and Bagheera, pretty much with the same relationship they have in every version of this. The Monkey Kid, it's like the Joker and the Creeper's baby, and he was always one of my favorites. But he's a bit off because he was raised by monkeys, so that's always going to be a problem. And Robin Hood #5 brings this to a close. So they have the new series getting ready to kick off, and it's about to do a Robin Hood versus Red Riding Hood because the hoods should meet. But Robin Hood with Y, Girl Robin Hood. This was really good. I liked this series from the get-go, and it ended really strongly, and it gives a definite ending to this storyline while giving a definite jump off for continued stuff. Xenoscope, I didn't realize till I started reading more and more of their stuff. Xenoscope has like a definite continuity in their books. You can read any one series on its own, but if you read all of them, like characters kind of cross over, and they're definitely all set within the same universe. And this, I think Robin Hood is probably my favorite. Well, no, there's a trade of my favorite series that they've done, but this was probably my favorite, more regular, set in their little Xenoscope continuity book that they do.
I miss my hammer.
Node.
Just thinking about that. I really wish I had.
He had something to work on while I'm doing it. Node #2 from Horizon Line Comics.
Can I have my hammer next week for my birthday?
Maybe. We should have hid eggs to be defined, or hidden Easter eggs or something for the Easter episode.
I feel like that's a horrible idea.
It is. But that's what would have, because we wouldn't have cooked the eggs. And I would have given you your hammer. But this is really good. I reviewed the first issue of this, and it was good, but not great. This issue kicks it up a notch and explains a lot more of what's going on, and you've got a lot more action. It's kind of I'm not the biggest font of the biggest vault of anime knowledge, but I'll say for me this is kind of if you like Sailor Moon and Battle Angel Alita. This is kind of a Sailor Moon, Battle Angel, Alita combo thing going on. And it was just, really, really cool. And the art is gorgeous. I mean, it's that pure anime style, but it's nice and clean anime. And
I feel like this one.
And I like it.
I'm just not going to hammer whack.
Issue #9 for Critter. All right, so we're in 9 of the Critter ongoing. Continues to be great. It's it introduces Schoolgirl.
Wow.
Yeah, and
that's exactly what you think it is.
But it's okay. Critter has already chastised her for her costume, so she'll be showing off less skin in the next time. You know, Critter's a superhero with down home sensibilities, and she's not gonna run around with with that. And she's like, no, there's gonna be rules. There's a cool. His name's Braun. He's kind of a New 52 Superman analogy.
Superman, wasn't it?
Yeah, and it's well, Tom's not exactly the biggest fan of the New 52, so I think this New 52 costume looking Superman getting pwned is kind of Tom's ongoing editorial. Tom Hutchinson is the writer on this, and if you follow him on Facebook, you'll know everything he's thinking because he posts it. But good stuff. Justice League Dark, you read this?
No. I'll have a book sometime.
I was just saying,
There's one.
Hey, we're coming up. All right. Justice League Dark continues to be awesome. In fact, it made me think that since Lemire and Fawkes are writing this, and they're writing Constantine, which didn't thrill us, we didn't not like it, we just didn't fall in love with it. I'm hoping it picks up because they write him really well in this, and this ends the story where they finally get out of the magic world where Constantine can't lie. He's like telling Frankenstein how much he admires him, and Frankenstein's like, "Not now, Constantine." You know? So this is really good. The art is
I think
great.
all of
The
a sudden
story
there's
is
a
strong.
train in the back of the store. That's pretty awesome.
And yeah, and they
It's a train track.
they officially make themselves dun 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 enemies of at the very least of the new Justice League of America, because they decide to sever ties with Steve Trevor.
Hi, Belle.
Hi, Belle. What's up?
Give this one back.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you read this one? Did you read the regular Fantastic Four? Because I've forgotten.
Yeah, it's not the regular. It has to do with the Age of Ultron. I'm
okay.
not acknowledging that book.
Oh, okay. But this
Seriously, there has to be something.
This is regular FF, which I know you and I disagree on the Mike Allred artwork. I love the artwork. The story, most of it is good. Towards the end, I'm not sure what they're doing with a kind of almost frightful four thing going on. And I thought we pretty much just covered the whole relationship between Bentley. What's his number? Bentley what? Bentley 13, 16, 22.
I can't remember that.
Bentley and the Wizard, yeah, but they're retouching there.
I'm reading this in train.
Claude number 5.
Comes out.
Claude number 5. Everything Image is doing right now is great. This book is awesome. We get a reveal as to Luke, our main character. The big question has been: is he another clone or is he the original? You get your answer in this one. Also, a lot going on. The senator who's supposed to be voting the way he wants to versus the way they want him to finally makes his vote. A lot of revelations going on in this particular issue. Great stuff. Gorgeous art by Juan Jose Rip. Just brilliant book. If you're not reading it yet, do like Sean's doing. Read this in trade. It's awesome.
Wolverine the X-Men 27. Look, I get to talk. I'm sure the internet's happy about that.
Yeah.
No. This has to do with the dog storyline. It's part 3 of it, and he pretty much has made friends with the young. What are they? The young Wolverine's class?
Yeah.
I don't know what the technical
Wolverine's
term for 'em.
students.
Yeah. And he tries to be the leader, and that doesn't work out too well for him.
Because
I got really confused where all these people came from.
The one thing the Logan family has in common is all of their plans go to shit within 5 seconds of standing next to Quentin Quire.
Yeah, there's a lot of villains that were
Quentin Quire
introduced.
saves the day completely on accident by revealing the bad guy.
Yeah, but this was really, really good. The dog story wasn't interesting me at first with the first 2 issues. But
Yeah, this one really
saved
sold
it.
me.
Yeah, check that out.
Uncanny Avengers. While people are questioning Havoc's ability to run an Avengers team, Havoc steps up and wow, he gives a speech. If you haven't read this yet, you got to read this later. Havoc gives a speech that not only makes him worthy of leading a team and worthy of leading an Avengers team,
Out of respect.
makes him completely show the world. Look, my name's Alex Summers. My brother's Cyclops. Yeah, that's Cyclops. But no, I'm completely. And it was great. Unfortunately, you do get the return of the Wasp and Wonder Man to an Avengers fold, which is great. You also get Sunfire has a nice little heart-to-heart with
Looks like a
with
Lucha Libre
Wolverine
pick
before
that
he.
up.
before he joins, and then because Simon's there, Simon's brother, the Grim Reaper, shows up, and when things looked best for this Avengers community relationship, things fall to crap quickly. But so good, so good.
Guardians of the Galaxy #1 is the best book this week.
It was awesome.
Well, East to West was good too, but this was really, really good. And Jared's just going to stare at us for some reason. Why are you here? What's going on? You just bored?
Reasons, yes.
We have a live
Apparently
in front of a live studio audience.
There's no customers for Jared to take care of. Guardians of the Galaxy is not Jared's favorite book because he likes the old Marvel Universe continuity.
I really like this.
I thought this was really good. The first issue gave you background on who Star-Lord was and the origin of him, and this one just deals with him and his dad fighting and what's going to happen in this new universe.
Jealous? Yes.
Yes.
Recurring theme for this issue. Jealous?
I don't like
Yes.
Iron Man's suit though.
I don't like
Spacesuit's
it.
not
Rocket Raccoon likes it.
Rocket Raccoon's awesome.
So it's got the right. I don't understand why he's got to change the whole look of his armor to go into space, but he's.
He doesn't have enough uniform.
It does almost make me think. All he needs is those little spiky shoulder things, and it makes me think of the Iron Man of 2020, which is not as far away as it used to be.
He does make fun of how many Avenger teams there are.
So 7 years. Yeah, we got to figure out how that works in Marvel continuity.
He's
We
thinking
should
of-
have him show up.
It's nice to get away from 10 teams of Avengers. That made me laugh.
Well, on the one hand, it was nice that he thought that, and it acknowledges the various. But on the other hand, how does he find the time to just go hang out in space? But at least it does look like Guardians of the Galaxy is really, at the moment, it's a lie. If they're going with the mission that's been established in this, they're really Guardians of the Earth. But
So far,
who kind of hang out in the galaxy. Or Guardians from the Galaxy, because they're basically saving Earth from the entire galaxy.
Scarlet Spider 15.
Still the best Spider-Man book in the 616 mainstream Marvel universe. Gorgeous. It works. It ties into that other storyline.
Sure, because Superior
oh,
Spider-Man's pretty fantastic.
This is he's the actual Superior Spider. Forget Spider-Man. He's Superior Spider. Hands down. Done. Beautiful. Love it.
Talon #6.
Holy crap! You got to read this.
No, I don't.
No, this is so good.
No, I
So
don't.
good. This totally. It everything that you were like, no. This just ties it all in a nice little bow. They're getting ready for a potential clash
Is there
with,
an actual
with
comic book in
Batman.
there, or is it just
Oh my
previews?
god, there's a bunch of previews in the back. We find out some more about Sebastian Clark and his origins. We find out why they've been doing what they've been doing. I love the art in this book. There is a brief panel where Commissioner Gordon shows up to say one line that seemed really un-Commissioner Gordon-y. I mean, I guess I could see him saying it, but it just, I don't know. It just seemed like a weird thing to say. But other than that, this book is gorgeous. This book is great. I love, this may be one of my favorite Bat-verse books, and it's barely Bat at all. But it's so good.
Young Avengers #2.
Sean didn't read it. He gave up after the first two. This is the one.
Not my thing.
The third one. I like this book now. It's not on. It's not. It hasn't worked its way up to my favorite stack. But this one made me like it. This is the one that works it out. I think my least favorite is character on the team right now is I don't think I like the idea of young rejuvenated Loki. He's a kind of character that I think really only Peter David can write, because he's one of those where he doesn't quite break the fourth wall, but he's very, everything that he says is that kind of character that Peter David has. One of those characters in like every book that he writes, and Peter David can really write that. So Kieran Gillen is good, but he's not Peter David. So despite the fact he's been on this character, I think since he got right, he was writing Young Loki since whatever.
Journey.
But yeah, it's really more of a. I mean, he does it okay, but it's really a Peter David shtick.
6 Gun, Sons of the Gun #2.
6 Gun, get Sons of the Gun #2, so good. Focuses on what's his nickname? I gotta pop these off, so I'm getting old. I gotta take my glasses off here. Filthy Ben Kinley and the Third Gun with the flesh rotting disease. It's actually a heartbreaking tale of one of the original wielders of the 6 Gun, at least original from when the book started. We found out who had all of these guns when General Hume had this 6 Gun. And this guy, he's a very reluctant villain. All right, and it was very well done, and just so good. And you can this book, thanks to the TV series getting getting greenlit and on its way. This book's even been mentioned back on Invest Comics in the in Jay's Hot Picks. So you can expect some greatness from this.
Did
And
you
jump
see
on.
how much the free comic book day issue that's going for? The
Of what?
free comic book day issue of Six Gun #1.
No, no.
$150.
Really?
Yeah, for a free comic book.
You may need to finally help me straighten out my comic collection.
If I get that, and all the other ones I
I'll
want.
split it. It's worth the 75.
All-Star Western number 18.
So good. Although, look, this is my tier because at least for the moment, Jonah Hex is leaving. Is leaving Gotham City, and I've loved the Jonah Hex and his reluctant sidekick Amadeus Arkham.
Damn it. Every time.
It's been so good because, as I've said before, Palmiotti and Gray can write anything, and I will read it. They're awesome. In fact, again, on Invest Comics, look for at MegaCon. I got a chance to interview Jimmy. It'll be a great interview to watch because Jimmy has to carry me through it because we did it at like the last hour of the last day. I had no voice, no mind, and no questions because pretty much we stumbled upon Jimmy was just willing to do an interview, and he wasn't. It was just kind of a spur of the moment thing. So I kind of blank out in the beginning, and Jimmy has to carry me through it. So that was very nice of him. This also has a Stormwatch backup that I think is the best Stormwatch I've read since the original run right before Mark Millar took over, and I just haven't been as big a Stormwatch fan, and I haven't liked the new 52 version. But it's so good because again, Palmiotti and Gray can write anything. And while we're on the subject of Palmiotti's, Peter Palmiotti is a fan, watches the show on YouTube and Invest Comics. Hi, Peter. And yeah, we're a Palmiotti film, Palmiotti friendly show over here. It's I think it's I just like Brooklyn Italians. I like New York Italians. It makes me feel like
Superman.
He's limp. He's not such a Superman. Wonder Woman's all sorts of miffed. It was good.
Really upsets me.
It was good. It wasn't great. It's got some. It's got some. It's getting ready for the revealed Superman Orion fight. They fight over Wonder Woman. Should be a good fight, except.
Does that mean Wonder Woman from Wonder Woman's actually going to be in continuity with other things?
I think she's going to be running around like in the Looney Tunes going, "They're chasing me!" Oh! I think that's how it's going to play off. Orion in this is a very touchy-feely, sensitive Orion. Highfather doesn't have his beard, and that confuses me. He looks in the blue background. He looks like, I think he's a Guardian. I think he's one of the Guardians. I'm not sure what's going on there. But yes, it's good. It's okay. Superman still hasn't found his. There's no definitive Superman for the new 52. We're going to do the iconic. They haven't made this Superman iconic yet. He's okay. He's got some. They've done some stories. There are a couple things in action and a couple things in here that were pretty decent. A couple things they've done in Justice League, but there's just nothing that just makes you go, "That's Superman," and that's a shame.
Flash 18
I don't know. I don't know why I keep waiting for Flash. It should be great. It's got the right ingredients.
Plenty of things on his eyes there.
He might.
Hi, Arlo.
But it's just not. It's just not great. This issue does get Marcio Takara, who I'm a huge fan of. So I was loving his work on the art, but it just doesn't. I don't know.
The Flash is in Dial H, number 11.
But that's awesome because I like Dial H, so we'll get some good Flash.
Batman Incorporated number 9. Batman breaks a sword with his foot.
He does.
That makes no sense to me.
He's pissed.
Yeah, well, I don't think you can
It's
break a sword with
tempered,
your
but
foot.
you can if you're Batman. I'm the goddamn Batman. Remember the
Gosh
meme?
darn, Batman. Okay.
No.
Gosh darn.
It's in the interwebs. We can say these things.
No. God, you didn't see the stupid thing I
I
posted.
didn't. But,
Why is he beating up on Nightwing? What the hell, guys?
He's mad. He's mad at
There's
Alfred.
no
but I
dialogue
think
in this. This is fantastic.
There's a lot of punching and kicking.
What are those?
Whatever. They're angry. But
Oh, look at that cow. Man.
it's Bat Cow. It makes them all sad. That was Bat Cow that from all the way back when.
That's a bat cow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jason found it.
that's-
Yeah.
that's
Agent Deceased.
hurtful.
But no, I mean not Jason.
Ah.
Damien found a cow with a mark across its face that just happened to look like a bat. So we brought it home and named it Bat Cow.
So this
Apparently they
happened.
keep a cow in the bat cave.
So this happened.
This was really good though.
This also happened.
But this has the greatest line in all of comics this week. But what we got? The Superior Spider-Man's number 6
AU.
AU edition.
Has nothing to do with number 6.
but
Is it Peter?
No, it's Christos Gage. So of course I had to read it by
Sure.
obligation, and he wrote the hell out of it. And
This takes place before 3.
it's talk about a humbling moment for Peter, or for Doc Ock Peter. Spidey, Iron Man, and Quicksilver go on a mission. Spidey, of course, he's Doc Ock. He knows he's smarter than Tony Stark. He knows he's smarter than Quicksilver. He's got a better plan, and he does this better plan, forgetting to do the other stuff. His better plan is working brilliantly till he gets played like a sucker and ends up, instead of getting to the original Ultron, touches in on a bit of the surprise ending in regular Age of Ultron number 3, but ends up not getting to the original. His whole plan was that if he could get to the original, he could rewrite them all and have them all working for him. Doesn't work. He ends up back and now doesn't have enough time to pull off Tony's actual plan. And he suddenly realizes, oh crap, I've been treating everybody like lackeys instead of partners. And he had a very humbling moment for Doc Ock. Really, really good story.
Age of Ultron number 3. The end is kind of... The story is
The
still
best
kind
line,
of...
though, is Taskmaster and Red Hulk. He's like, Taskmaster says to Red Hulk, I'm doing the best I can, Dave. Red Hulk's like, my name isn't Dave, Taskmaster. Well, I'm not calling you Red Hulk, so I've decided to call you Dave. Hurry up. And that's just brilliant. Because Red Hulk, it's nice when characters even admit, no, Red Hulk is just a ridiculous name. I'm not quite as ridiculous as Red She-Hulk, but Red Hulk, just a ridiculous name.
I guess I can
Otherwise,
see why it's funny. But
I loved it. I was actually laughing out. I didn't loll. I actually laughed out loud at that line. This issue itself was okay. I mean, I'm still not convinced about the whole weight of.
Don't worry, it's going to change the Marvel Universe.
Well,
Forever.
everything changes the Marvel Universe forever. So at this point,
All right.
even saying that, we've changed the Marvel Universe forever.
Okay,
But
go on.
it's okay.
Teen Titans number 18. I read the first 4 pages. They were sad.
I will say that this was. I mean, the art is gorgeous. Now that we've got Eddie Barrows on there, I think the book is beautiful to look
Yeah,
at.
go back to Nightwing then.
But the story, it was, as far as a Lobdell Titans goes, it was a solid story. It wasn't great, but it was solid. I liked it better than, let's see, what is this, issue number 18? I liked it better than probably 17 other issues. Also, it felt more Teen Titans-y. They interact with the Suicide Squad. Somehow they get one of the Suicide Squad main character names wrong. When they come running in, there's a panel that says who everybody is, and it says Harley Quinn, Deadshot, and it gets to King Shark, and it says Killer Shark. So but you do get to see this version of King Shark fighting Superboy, and since King Shark originally appeared, here I'm going to do like a hot picks moment. King Shark originally appeared in the pre-New 52 Superboy ongoing series. They're supposed to fight, so that was kind of cool. And yeah, all in all, art, I'm going to give a 10 out of 10. Story, I'm going to give a 6 out of 10, but that's still like 5 out of 10 higher than most of the Teen Titans issues so far. So this was pretty good.
Rachel Rising number 15.
So good! So good! Oh, creepy, dark, gorgeous! And the unanswerable question, why do I keep waking up naked in front of you? This book is so good. So good.
Legend of Luther Strode number 4. It's fantastic. Didn't notice what was on the back till right now.
I didn't either. I don't think I looked at the back cover. That's weird. But
That happened.
wow. But so good. Luther is just. He's got more willpower than the entire Green Lantern Corps.
At this rate, yeah. This is just fantastic. And someone made a point, if you take the gore away, it's a bad book. No, it's still a really good book.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the twist at the end, I mean, there's
There's
so
going to be
many.
a red ink shortage.
There's so many great parts.
What?
You need to read this book. It's one of the best books Image has put out.
More red ink than my classroom when I'm grading finals.
Death Match number 4.
so good. Oh, I can't wait for this trade. It took that concept. I mean, I say this every time. It took that concept of the arena fight, hero versus villain to the death kind of thing, threw it on its ear. Take everything you've seen in all of the other books like that, just throw it out, and it's you can take, while there may be nothing new under the sun, you can do something with an old thing that nobody's done before, and this is that book. It's so good. The art is gorgeous. Some of these characters there are ongoing characters that are less developed than characters that you meet for just pages in this. This book is gorgeous.
Aquaman number 18 is amazing. It's really good. It's Aquaman finally coming back to the throne, and two people won't accept that.
Oh yeah. Things are gonna get murky.
Also, the Ice King is not the Ice King from Adventure Time.
But in my head, that's how I read all his lines.
All two of them?
Yes.
I don't think Ice King goes around killing people in Adventure Time.
He could one day. He's great.
Yeah, some
but
fan.
Ice King makes me cry when they do his episodes. They're always the sad ones.
Yeah, it's a very sad.
So I wonder if this Ice King is going to have a touching background story. We also get Mira versus the legal system. Awesome. Mira has no patience and no time for the legal system, but it's Aquaman and it's so good. Ooh, down to the
Grim
trades.
Fairy Tales. Go. Go.
All right, Grim Fairy Tales, Bad Girls. I had read a couple here and there because Zenoscope sends me them to review, but this time I got to read the whole story, and it was actually really good. And it had Nathaniel, who I mentioned earlier. It had the Captain Hook character from the Neverland series, and I love him, and he's on the good guy side, so that's awesome. And it's they've got their team of like Baba Yaga and the Queen of Hearts and a handful of others make up the bad girls, and then you've got Selena and Nathaniel and a handful of others making up the good side. And again, this is that continuity that the Zenoscope has coming to a head, and just really good stuff. Irresistible. This is, I said before that Robin Hood was my favorite book they have in their regular continuity. This is outside of their continuity. I love this book. This is like a sexual twist on Beauty and the Beast if it was done as a Tales from the Crypt by HBO, but in a time period when HBO is doing all the shows that they do now that have all the violence and nudity. And there's a guy, bitter as hell that his girlfriend dumped him, helps an old lady who turns out to be like a witch who, instead of doing the curse where she turns him into a beast, she makes him a beast, if you know what I'm saying. He says, I just wish I could be, the most desirable man on earth. Boom. Every woman in the world wants him. They don't love him. They just want him because he didn't ask for love. So he suddenly becomes this objectified, and for a while it's cool. He's like, every girl I meet just wants to do me, and they do. And he's okay with this, but then it all starts turning into like petty cat fights and vindictive stalking and all sorts of crazy because they don't love him, they just want him. And the whole time he's pining over his girlfriend, and then he finds out the horror of what he has to do to remove the curse. And it's just really good. The trade collects the entire series. It was a mini-series. Just pick that up. Ain't fabulous? Alright. Boom. Titan Books gives us Johnny Red. This edition is Angels Over Stalingrad. Johnny Red is another collection of the British World War II comics. So good. And it's got, I'm going to screw up his name, Joel Colquhoun. Tom Tully writes it, but the art is the same as for Charlie's War, another great book dealing with, World War I, all that stuff. It's so good, and it's totally the opposite. You worry about, does this book glorify war? Holy crap, no. It's all, people who totally don't want to be there. Great stuff. All right, and then we've got James Rollins and Rebecca Cantrell's The Blood Gospel. Oh, one of those books with no pictures. Really good. Deals with the Strigoi, same legend for vampires that was in the Strand by The Strain by
Dark Horse?
Guillermo?
Well, Dark Horse did the adapter, but yeah, Guillermo del Toro did the actual novels that those are based on. This is a different take. This is more like a touch of Twilight and Blind and thrown into Dracula meets the the Da Vinci Code. Just whole, you've got sanguinists who are reformed strigoi, reformed vampires that work for the church, and as long as they have they work for the Pope, and as long as they get the ritual, they can drink the blood of Christ, they can exist on that and survive a little better in the daylight and whatever. But they're like vampire Vatican assassin Secret Service agents versus actual vampire monsters taking over the world kind of thing. Really, really good. Goes through its entire. It ties in its history. It ties in its gospel lore. It ties in its mythology. It's well thought out and just a lot of fun.
That's it for this giant week.
All right. Whew, that's a lot to get
Ciao,
through.
Bob.
I need a drink.